Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video we're going to read through the August newsletter to see what they prepare for us for next month. We're going to start with the new units, and we will have 4 new teammates added into the game. The first two are going to be SSR plus Cha here on the left and XSR plus Dowon here on the right. I will have to spend a few words on Dowon in a second, but first let's focus on Cha. Cha was highly anticipated by some people. I also kind of like this release. I was definitely looking forward to him maybe a few months back. I mentioned him as a potential unit to be released. I think he's cool, but I have a few complaints about him. Well, it's not really complaints, but I might have a, I don't know, kind of weird opinion on him. Let me know in the comments if you agree with me or not. But the way I see Cha is that he always seemed underpowered and underwhelming whenever I saw him in the manhwa. They portrayed him as a great warrior, great hero, and I don't know, he always felt weak. Maybe he was fighting at times some very weak enemies, at times some very OP enemies, so you could never really tell how strong he was, but he never really felt that great. It seemed like a budget version of work, kind of stupid, kind of punching stuff and not really doing anything spectacular. So I would consider him more of a irrelevant unit, not really a strong one. I don't know. He is for sure strong in the manhwa, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like it, let's say. More or less like Augustus. Augustus is definitely strong in the manhwa, but doesn't feel like it. Yugo, okay, Yugo is a bit different. Like, she's definitely strong. Maybe it's just that she didn't fight enough yet to actually understand how strong she is. But she's not shown much, and she was added into the game just randomly. And we have to say, the units I just mentioned are all kind of OP in the game. They're really, really good. So there is a chance for them to release Cha also as a strong unit because they have kind of a fetish for irrelevant or kind of neglected units. And I think Cha might fall in that category. So we have Augustus, we have Hugo that I just mentioned, we have Cherila. Who the hell cared about Cherila? Let's be real, like, she's completely irrelevant and she got a crazy kit in the game. So for that reason, I think Cha might be broken. Or it might be just a skip unit after EX work. Both of them are possible. We also have to consider which version of him is going to be released. So the current Cha or the Cha during the war when he was the leader of the Eden Grove. And I don't know. I think the doll one we're getting is that one. So it's the one from the past, and this Cha might be the one from the present. That will have an impact on which kind of color it might end up being. I think if he is from the Hidden Grove, when he was a leader, when there was still the war, he might be blue. That's my guess. But if he's the current one, he's going to be red. I know they don't respect and don't give a shit about the faction system anymore. They are throwing units all over the place. But I can be sure it's not going to be green. It would make zero sense to place him in the same like color as Zahard. That would be too much. He's definitely going to be either blue if it's again the past version, or red if it's the current one, or it could be yellow because I mean they could just throw random units in yellow for no reason. So it could be one of these. In terms of role, I think is either going to be warrior or tank. They could troll like they did for Jinsung and release him as an assassin, but I think that's unlikely. So I would say tank or warrior are the most likely. I would have said just warrior, but looking at what they did with Yama, maybe tank is also an option. I don't know. But yeah, those are the two roles I can see for him. In terms of kit, I have no idea what they might actually do. And also another reason for me saying red is that we know Dowon is blue. They gave her a red background. This guy has a green background, so he might be red. That's kind of the reasoning. It means nothing, but okay. Also, he has only green in his character, pretty much. Is a very dark green, but kind of that. And they usually never put a unit in the element that is most present in their own being, kind of thing, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think it's going to be red. That's my last kind of guess, but let me know in the comments how you feel about this. Now, over a very disappointing point from my point of view, Dowon XSR Plus. Now, this is the fourth, not two, not three, but four Blue XSR Plus units. Why? I know that Blue have kind of trash base kits. They don't want to give us very good units, except for Garam has a very good base kit, Revolution Bomb has a good one, and potentially Alpine as well. So those three were okay. Garam we already got, but the other two we're not getting anytime soon, I think. Dowon has an okay kit, but she definitely needs Revolution a little bit to excel. I think Revolution 4 is going to be crucial. Maybe let me open her page here on the website as well, so we can look at that. Revolution 4 is going to ever start with 10 stacks of the passive at the start of the battle and make the stacks unremovable. The stacks will give her 15% attack per stack, so 150% at the start of the battle and up to 450%. If they change this Revolution 4, she's going to lose out on all of the attack because you are going to face units with buff removals. They are everywhere, so there is no escaping it. And if your buff is not a removal, that's kind of garbage. And I wonder what they could replace it with. I have no idea. So I'm not that optimistic about this. I think she's not going to fulfill the DPS role that well. She's also, like, she's already starting to fall off with the current one. And XSR Plus is not going to be better, I think, in terms of DPS. We also have to consider they normally decrease the percentages in the base kit. So the special move is going to deal less damage. The buffs might be lower. The coefficient on the active skills might be lower. So I don't have a good feeling for DPS XSR plus Dowon. I think they will try to go with the utility route, maybe try to expand on the special move, give him maybe more attack, maybe something more to blue element allies. They will try to make her a buffer, I think. That's what I would expect. Because right now, it's kind of weak, I think. Also, Revolution 5 decreases the cooldown of active skill whenever she uses the special move. And this one, I guess, deals enough damage. This one is not that important, but it's still decent. So this one is not as important as Revolution 4, but I think they cannot really give her too damaging effects here. I think she's just going to end up being a utility unit or a complete flop like XSR Plus Kurmashini. That's my guess. I think she's definitely going to be better than XSR Plus Kurmashini, but probably not worth your time. And yeah, they might just release these two units as an easy skip. We'll see, but I don't know. That's just my guess. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this. And now we can move on to the new content. They're going to add the Guardian Road. So this is the content they shared with us during the dev notes, also the other 2 points they shared with us during the dev notes. And I don't know if it's going to be like season based, so they're going to reset it every now and then. If it's going to be permanently added, no clue. We don't even know the rewards they're going to give to us with this. Hopefully some black market tickets, but I doubt it. And the way it seems to be working is that even when you're facing multiple teams, if one of your teams wins, they're going to fight the next one. It's not like now that we have 5 teams versus five teams, and each team has a different enemy comp. In this case, your first team could potentially go against all 5 if it keeps on winning, which means even if your roster is maybe underwhelming, you don't have enough to make 5 teams, you could still push really high by making one crazy stack team and then just having it destroy all enemy compositions. It could be possible, it could be pretty fun, but we'll have to see the rewards. We'll have to see how they manage the like addition of new floors or new trials or whatever, or if they refresh it consistently. No idea. But definitely looking forward to it. It could be a ton of fun. Then we have SSR Plus enhancement, and we're going to get these scrolls. We don't know how many we can get. My guess is very few, because also the current ones for the SR and R units are very scarce, and you have to exchange the event currency. They might do the same. I don't know if it's going to be one every event. That would be fairly generous. But yeah, definitely there is this topic to cover. A lot of units could benefit from this. Maybe not as much as we might expect. I don't think a lot of units will come back to meta, I don't know, or like be usable. Maybe some, yes, but the majority is just going to stay the same, I feel. But maybe the surprises and it's actually more impactful than I thought. I will definitely cover which units I think are going to get the most benefits out of it and which ones are not really going to be impacted. I will try to release it by August 13. Probably next week would be a good time to do it. And yeah, that's more or less what they're going to do here. Then we have the role research. This one is the same as what we have now for the positions, but now it's going to be for roles instead. So you can buff HP, defense, and attack of tanks, supports, warriors, etc., etc. Could be a good idea to invest on warriors first because then they get a bit more attack, but it hardly matters. I think this buff is kind of irrelevant. I don't like it that much. It's whatever. To be honest, it's really not substantial, is not going to impact anything. So, fine, it's there, you can use it, but don't expect it to have a very major impact on your units. That's just what I'm trying to say. Then we have the Champions Fight League Season 5, additional PvP content coming back. They took it away because it was a bit unfair, it wasn't really working that well. Now they probably made adjustments. We'll see how that's gonna work. I'm not a PvP guy, I don't care. Even if I lose, I don't give a shit. So, okay, let's move on. We have the event schedule for August 13. We have First Man Cha. This title is weird. I don't know. They could have given him maybe Eden Groove or Great Hero or War Hero. I don't know. First Man seems weird. Maybe I forgot something about him, but whatever. Doesn't matter. It's just a title. And we have the Guardian Road, Data Tower for obviously Dowon. We have the Hamily event. I hate it. Weekend Boss Battle, Giga Boss, the Alliance Expedition, Tower Race, New Trial and Adventure, Melting Event, Bingo Event, Secret Floor, Loot, and Agency Service Center bonus time. I don't know what this Secret Floor bonus time is. It's probably just a rate up of the ignition weapons that are going to be buffed that we're going to talk about in a second. So I don't know. It's the first time I see them writing this as Secret Floor bonus time. It feels off. But okay, let's see also August 27. We have the new Teammate Festival, which we will see which unit they're going to release. We have the Champion League Season 5. Fine, so that's going to be added on August 27. Emily event again. 2 Emilys back to back. It's garbage. I hate it. Then we have the Weekend Boss Battle, Giga Boss Battle again, Tower of Alliances, Lucky Draw, Tower Race, Adventure Clear Mission. So make sure you can clear some floors when this event is out. They're going to give some rewards. People will complain they cannot push. They will give the rewards to everybody, something like that. So we don't worry too much about it. Again, Secret Floor bonus time, no clue what that is. New Adventure, fine. They didn't, yeah, okay. Is just the 5 new floors as usual. Secret Room, okay, for some more Revolution maps. Now, another super important point, we have Doris and Raihanna Revamp. They are going in order. They seem to be doing 2 of them per month, so 1 secret floor per month. And this is the turn of Doris and Raihanna. And I have a good feeling probably about Doris. Looking what they did for Runda, they could make Doris effect a bit stronger and maybe apply more consistently. Maybe instead of 20 swiftness to allies, maybe give 40 and reapply the shield every time the unit uses, I don't know, the special move as well. Maybe it could be a good thing. They definitely have to make it stronger because Runda would be hard to beat, but definitely there is a lot of room for improvement. And swiftness is a good stat, so if they do it right, it might be a very strong set. Hopefully they also add some sort of ability to it, other than just a stupid shield. But again, we'll have to wait for that. Raihanna is also very weak lately because we have enough accuracy to land the hits. We don't need the guaranteed hit on the first hit. We don't need the extra attack that much. We can already one-shot enemies, even at 300 deficit now. It was really strong at 200, something around that, maybe 150. Now a 300 is kind of irrelevant. You cannot use it basically. It's okay for the silence, but a lot of the units that have a first hit that is strong and that you want to buff usually already have either a knockdown or a stun or a knockback or something that lasts for the same time as Raihanna silence. So it's kind of useless. So they definitely have to do something better. Maybe have the effect apply always when the unit uses the special move. Like all the time you use the special move, you're going to apply the Raihanna effect. That could be good. And maybe also buff it a bit because 300 attack might not be enough. And also the silence, definitely appreciated if it's on every single special move. So they could do something like that, or I don't know, because making it only one time, it could be very weak. Or they could leave it one time, but have it ignore 100% of the enemy defense, and maybe also ignore, I don't know, second lives, maybe ignore even invincibility, I don't know. They should make something to guarantee you're going to kill with the first hit, or Raihanna loses its whole purpose. Makes no sense. So we'll see. They could do a lot of good things, but no idea what to expect. Looking at the last two rewards, so Hel and Runda, they seem to go in the right direction. So these two buffs could be relevant, but I wouldn't be overexcited yet. Let's wait for them to confirm they know what they're doing with these two upgrades, and then maybe we can be a bit more excited for the following ones. I'm definitely excited for Alocasia, but that's like 4 months away, because we're going to get this one in, what, 2 weeks? Something like that. Then we're going to get the next one in 1 month and a half, and they are going to be Idea. I think it's Idea Upgrund. That's also an interesting one. Then we're going to get in 2 months and a half Sela and Sundance, and then in 3 months and a half Rafflesia and Alocasia. Definitely looking forward to those two. But yeah, that's all I wanted to mention, guys. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.